Hey guys, what is up? In this video today, we're going to be ranking all the Destiny 2 DLCs from worst to best. Before we get into the video though, if you can drop a like and subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. Believe it or not, 93% of people that are watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you hit that subscribe button, you get notifications every single time I upload, and it also gets us closer to that 4.5k mark. With all that said though, let's get right into the video. So I would just like to say we're going to be starting the worst to best DLCs from going from worst. So number one, for the worst DLC, I'm going to have to give it to the Curse of Osiris. Now, a lot of people did not enjoy the Curse of Osiris. Me personally, I honestly thought that it was very dry after completing the campaign. I really don't like the, Infinite Forest. I thought that Mercury just didn't look very good. And, I think Bungie could have done a better job on the DLC alone. We definitely had better Destiny 2 DLCs. I think that Curse of Osiris, we had Prometheus Lens, and that was not the best exotic weapon. No one really uses it now, which kind of sucks as they nerfed it when it was super overpowered. And yeah, we didn't really get anything big for that DLC. Now the second worst, I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna give it to the Warmind. Now the Warmind DLC was kind of bad, to be honest. I thought it could have been a lot better. The Rasputin lore was okay, but it definitely wasn't really the best compared to other campaigns and DLCs that we've had, compared to something like, Forsaken or even Beyond Light. But the Warmind was just on a whole different level. The ending to it was kind of bad, not gonna lie. I didn't really enjoy it. Let me know your guys' thoughts below on these rankings. I'm trying to be pretty accurate with them. I thought that they were pretty accurate representation of what I'm trying to say. So the third best, or worst to best, right? I'm going to have to give it to the Red War. Now, the Red War campaign was honestly year 1 Destiny, so we didn't really have much. If you remember back in year 1 Destiny 2, we had double primary only, which kind of sucked, and, it didn't make it as good as what it is now in year 4. Now, let me know your guys' thoughts below on these rankings. I want to get your guys' opinions. So, the Red War, honestly, I thought the campaign was pretty great, but it definitely wouldn't make anything above a B tier, which is kind of disappointing, to be honest, as we didn't really get anything crazy for the loophole. We did get some cool exotic weapons, but all those were pretty much recycled from Destiny 1, and some of them were kind of new. Like, we had a reskin of Bones of Ao with Stompies, which was kind of cool, but honestly, that's why I kind of gave it the C tier. Now, let me know your guys' thoughts below in the comment section on this ranking. Now, the fourth, I'm going to have to give to the Host of Wolves. Now, the Host of Wolves, I'm going to give a C tier because of the lack of content. Honestly, this DLC, for those who don't know, was in Destiny 1. Now, the Host of Wolves only had a very short campaign with Skullus, and it was kind of, just a very small average campaign. I believe Prison of Elders was introduced, which was a really nice endgame activity, as you could get some really good exotics from that, such as Galahorn, etc., and it was really cool, but honestly, it doesn't make anything above a B tier for me, and there's a lot of better DLCs than what we had at the time. Now, for the B tier, I'm going to have to give Beyond Light a B tier. Now, I honestly thought that probably would have made an S tier, but it honestly didn't really make the right tier for me. I really thought that Beyond Light would have been like an S, but it didn't turn out to be an S. It maybe turned out to be, I was thinking about giving it a C, but I decided a B because we did get the new Stasis Supers, which were pretty cool, and the Aramis campaign was actually really good, to be honest. I really enjoyed that campaign. Now, all these rankings are just my own self-preference. Let me know if you guys agree in the comment section below. Now, Beyond Light was okay. We had an extremely long campaign, 34 steps, and we did get new supers. That is why it made my B tier, and we did get some new weapons as well with the 4 new seasonal weapons, but we did get more in other seasons. Now, the second DLC for the B tier, I'm going to give to Crota's End. Now, a lot of people have been like, Crota's End had no content. We had the strike, Crota's End. Crota's End was pretty much a Nightfall Strike, low-key. But the thing about Crota's End is it was really unique. The raid, I thought that Bungie did a great job of developing Crota's End's raid. It honestly was a great raid, and it was really fun to do if you remember doing it, getting, all the snipers and all that stuff, and you can get really nice loot from it. And I really enjoyed doing the raid. The campaign was great with the Hive, and I really think Bungie should do a similar campaign. I'm kind of hoping that the Witch Queen turns out to be similar to Crota's End in a way, as this was a really great DLC, and I'm definitely looking to see a little more, similar to Crota's End or something like that. I want to see a raid kind of revamped. That's something I wouldn't mind actually seeing recycled. Now, one more DLC is on the B tier. I'm going to give Shadowkeep. Now, Shadowkeep honestly didn't really introduce us to too much. We did get the new Divinity exotic, which was kind of cool, but honestly, it was a bit of a the community was very disappointed with the Shadowkeep DLC, and it wasn't one of the best, honestly, and a lot of people were complaining about it at the time, and I really found this to be a bit of a disappointment. We did get Divinity, we got the Moon, which is really nice, but honestly, the Moon should have been with Year 1 Destiny, as that's just a normal planet that you would have, which kind of sucks that they kind of waited to bring that back for so long, and they didn't really make anything, you could do on the Moon very unique, besides maybe do some, farms, lost sectors, such like that. That's really cool. The Divinity Quest, Garden of Salvation, which is really nice, but to be honest, there's no really big reason to run Garden. Now a lot of people just run Deepstone Crypt because it awards pinnacles, and that's the thing. Nowadays, people only do raids just for the pinnacles. They don't really care about the loot because there's nothing really rewarding in the raids, because the seasonal, the exotics you get from the raids, they're kind of guaranteed after so many clears, which was kind of sucky. Now, there's one DLC I did give A tier. Now, I'm pretty excited, actually. The Rise of Iron. Now, you may be like, Hectic, that was a great DLC. What are you talking about? Now, the Rise of Iron was, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed this DLC, but just the lore behind it was not my favorite, and that's why I had to give it an A tier. But overall, the Iron Temple, everything looked great. The new Wrath of the Machine raid was actually crazy, and this raid was probably one of the best Destiny 2 raids of Destiny history. But honestly, the raid kind of didn't push me to give it a tier, and I was really, or a S tier actually, but I was really excited to put it in the A tier, as this is one of the first actually DLCs that I ranked in the A tier, and I generally think that they could have done a better job with Iron Temple, the designing of it, and I just didn't really like the colors myself. They didn't look very, like colorful, and I honestly think it's a great DLC, don't get me wrong. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the rankings. Let me know what rankings you guys would do, what DLCs you would put in, so the S tier. Now, there are 2 DLCs in the S tier. Now, number 1 is Forsaken. Now, you may be like, Hectic, Forsaken. Yes, Forsaken was debatably one of the best Destiny 2 DLCs of, Destiny's franchise and history. Now, the reasoning why is because of the lore about Cayde 6. Now, Cayde 6 was a very unique Destiny character that did die in the Forsaken campaign, and that's why a lot of people enjoy it. Not only did we have one of the best raids as well in Destiny history, Last Wish, that was a great raid. I really enjoyed doing that raid. There's no really big reason to run it now, though, in 2020, as Forsaken's kind of outdated now, but this is definitely one of the best Destiny 2 DLCs that we've ever gotten. Let me know your thoughts below. I really think that they could have, added some more things such as the loot, but they did give us a whole new revamped loot section, which was really nice to have, to be honest. But the last but not least final DLC is the Taken King. Now, I did give the Taken King a S tier. Now, the reasoning behind why I gave Taken King and Forsaken the S tiers is because they were great DLCs. We had new supers introduced to us in the Taken King, which is really great, and we had a whole new planet, the Dreadnought, which was a crazy design, and whoever came up with that concept did a great job. And overall, there was just so much new content. We had the King's Fall raid, and there was just like a whole big update of content, and it was just overall just a very great DLC. Now, let me know your thoughts below about these rankings in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always though, drop a like, subscribe. Peace. Thanks for watching.